Hello, welcome to our web series of Golden Voices brought to you by Artist and Artisans Development Network. I am Jasjeet Kaur, host for this web series of Golden Voices. The Artists and Artisans Development Network, AADN, established in 2014, aims to nurture and promote Canada's diverse artistic talents, including immigrants. AADN envisions a future where artists from various backgrounds are celebrated and empowered, contributing to a prosperous and inclusive cultural landscape. The organization focuses on recognizing the impact of artists on culture and society, fostering diversity, providing professional development opportunities, and advocating for the economic relevance of the arts. AADN seeks to make art accessible to all Canadians, remove barriers to artistic participation, and facilitate collaboration among artists. They collaborate with government agencies, cultural groups, and stakeholders to achieve their objectives, emphasizing the role of arts in fostering unity and understanding among diverse communities. Volunteering offers a meaningful way to positively impact others and the community. It allows individuals to use their skills, knowledge, and experience to help those in need while staying active and engaged. By exploring volunteer opportunities aligned with their passion and interests, individuals can step out of their comfort zones and experience personal growth. Volunteering not only benefits others but also enhances one's well-being by providing a sense of purpose and fulfillment. In this episode of Golden Voices, the web series aims to inspire seniors and others to participate in volunteering with seniors, sharing their experiences to encourage involvement. In this episode, we have Mr. Kannan Balakrishnan, who's Manager Financial Analysis, Hemant Kandal Goenkar, retired full-time volunteer for 5 organizations, and Harminder Garewal, Customer Service International Language Instructor and Theatre Performer.
My name is Kannan. Kannan Balakrishnan is my full name. I come from India. That's my background, and I've been living in Canada for 11 years now. I'm a Canadian citizen, getting imbibed into the Canadian society well, with my roots still holding back to the Indian culture and traditions. I started off at a very young age to start managing household. So having said that, I just finished my, came out of my place, started working within India, then moved to Middle East. There I worked for around 15 years. Then I moved to Canada. Coming to Canada, prior to that, certain life changes happened in my life. I met my wife, I got married to her, and we are living together happily for 28 years now. We got a lovely child, Angel, we still call her. She's 25 now. She's out of university. She's going to finish her university from York in April 2024. So this is kind of a brief life story, and I'm going to touch upon some of the interesting things which I gathered as my experience during this life story. Suddenly, when money was not the only thing in my life, this was mid-age of my career, I would say. I said, what am I doing? Yes, I wake up in the morning, go to work, do the ends meet, and start accumulating wealth for myself. But what happens to the wealth which I've accumulated here? The knowledge which I've accumulated. So that is how I started looking at volunteering. Yeah. And the opportunity came by my way when I was having my own introspection, like self-realization, I would call it. What am I doing? What are we doing in life? That's the time I thought I should give back to the society in some way. So it started in my mid-career, I would say, what am I going to give it back to the society? I had few thoughts, like I should go back to the place where I hail from and collect the students who are focusing on a career and give them a career counseling, like channelize them When I started, I didn't have any background to anyone to explain me what to study, how to study, which channelization you should choose. But if you look at it in any areas of education today, you can have within engineers, you have some 15 branches. Within the medical field, you have some 10 or 15 specialization. And similarly in finance, if a finance person comes out, he has so many branches to do. So this was one aspect which I kept in mind I need to do. I've still not achieved it. And that I've kept it as my goal to go back and give it to the society. May it be in India, may it be in Canada, but I'm keeping in mind that I need to do it. And the second thing which actually came up to a platter to me was providing or setting up a chapter of our Indian Institute of Chartered Accountants in Dubai. So I was one of the founder members of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Dubai chapter. And what we started is providing help with students who have not completed the CA course but moved to Middle East for prospects and jobs, but they still aspire to complete the CA in India. So we started a coaching center within the institute's chapter, and I was one of the volunteering teachers there. So that's how my volunteering stuff started. Interesting thing, and I did it for almost 4 years before leaving Dubai and moving to Middle East, or going to Canada. Coming to Canada, again, the same story, though we started looking at building our family, building our finances, make the ends meet, focus on our daughter's education. All these life factors came in as an obstacle. But I still, the lingering thought in my mind is still there that I need to give something back to the society. And it was a good thing that in my earlier employment, they had a good job or volunteering in a group where we went to the Malton forest area and 2 rounds of planting trees. So that's the first step I started.
My name is Hemant Kandalgaonkar. I live in Milton, Ontario. I am retired as a director of treasury that I worked for 45 years in Montreal. I am 73 years old, and at present, I am utilizing my time to give it back to the community. Volunteering, in my mind, is a religion by itself. And it's a fantastic religion, I would say, where the more you give in, the more you get. And what I mean by that is you give in little efforts to improve the community around you. And the pleasure that you get out of it is just undescribable. It is immense. It brings a lot of satisfaction. And actually, it's good for the soul, and it keeps you quite a bit on your toes, and your mind is kept sharp. You're thinking of doing different things for the community. I've been volunteering for about roughly 45 years now. It all began in Montreal, where I was the president, and I led a small group of our Maharashtrian community for a number of years. And when I came to Brampton for a job transfer for the same company, I was also a president here of the Maharashtrian group, which is a much larger group, approximately about 2,500 people. And I served on their advisory board for about 7 years altogether, and remained as their chairman for many years. From then, I went back to Montreal, and then when I retired in 2018, I came to Milton, and it was just by a chance that I had gone to attend a presentation by the local Halton Regional Police on fraud and scam. This is where it all began for me. After I retired, I saw that presentation. I was quite impressed. And the inspector there mentioned that, hey, we are looking for volunteers. And I right off the bat raised my hand because I was new here in Milton and I wanted to get involved in the community. Volunteering doesn't change much except for your own self, that you want to do something about your time that you have. to make a difference in somebody else's life. That basic concept remains the same. It's how you do it and with which organization you volunteer with are different. And I would say for each one of them, they are quite unique. And I found that quite interesting. The first one that I joined was the Halton Regional Police as their volunteer for fraud and scam. We started with it. The title of that and the function of that has now changed since the COVID came because we could not visit the seniors to help them understand the current trends and so on. But one thing led to other as people found out that I'm volunteering. There were other calls that came my way to join them, and I kept joining them, whatever that came my way. They were all different. I currently work for about 5 organizations. They're all different. As I mentioned, the first one is the Halton Regional Police. The other one is Halton Gujarati Senior Samaj, where I'm executive treasurer and secretary. I also work as a volunteer for Halton Older Adult Isolation Action Table. This is a very interesting organization that I like. Then I also work on the as a volunteer on the condo boards, and these are some of the places that I've worked, and I just enjoy every one of them. I'll tell you, very often when I meet people my age, I find that they are lacking something in their lives. They get bored sitting home, and I do not know how much TV they can watch and so on. And I tell them that, look, if you're not able to drive, there are various organizations that one can find on Google, and people are looking for good people to work as a volunteer. And I'm still looking for other organizations. Actually, I'm just about in the midst of applying for another organization as they are looking for a director. So I'm working on that. All I would say to them is start something very basic, something very small, something close to them. It could be anything. It could be a guard, a school guard, or it could be something where they live around. Let's say they're living in a condo building. Maybe there would be something that they can do to help. Maybe a garden committee or social committee. Join something small. Just see how it is. You can then keep on adding in the areas that you like and choose the areas that you like to work with and continue. But one thing is for sure is for seniors, they have to keep engaged in the social setting. Extremely important for their mind, extremely important for their health. This is what I've learned working with older adult isolation action table. Very important aspect for the seniors. And when you are engaged in volunteering for other things, you are able to bring out all your experiences and everything that you have learned in life, and you can bring it forward and let somebody be helped and give it to them with no restrictions. What you get back is in tons, and it's happiness that brings and satisfaction that brings, and no regrets. The more I get it, the more I'll do it. As long as I can do it, I will do it.
My name is Harminder Garewal. I migrated to Canada in 1975 in early 20s. I went through lots of struggles as came to new country, new people. And at that time, we didn't have that much support to, I have to look for the job. Back home India, I have done my BA and BEd. And when I came to Canada, I didn't know where to go, how to get into my teaching line. But then, with the time, sometimes you have to change too. I just got any job, whatever job I found, I just got it. And then because I had a family, I came on marriage basis to Canada. So then I got my daughter, and then I said, okay, forget about everything else. I'll just look after my family. And slowly, then I changed the jobs, and then finally I found not in teaching, but I got in a hospital as the it was customer service job. But that was so interesting. It was like I always wanted to do something with the public. So I went in there and started my job, and I had to go like on all the floors. Like it was customer service for the TV rentals at that time. Now, if new generation will see, oh, there's a TVs in every room and this and that, but at that time there wasn't. And we have to just get the order and give them connection and hook up the TV for them. And I was like that, like even if they don't want TV, I don't know if it's in my nature or what, I wanted to talk to them. Sometimes I felt like some, especially seniors, are sitting there. Some of them, they have no family, and they're feeling lonely. And I just go and just talk to them just for a minute or something, or just say hello. They used to get so happy. And like next day when I go, they're always waiting that if nobody else coming to them or talking, at least she will be passing by and she will say hello to us. So that was giving me so happiness inside me. And then in 1985, Peel Board of Education, they started these international languages. So then I got in there, and whatever was my you say passion or my dream that I want to teach the kids too. So I started that, teaching my own language, Punjabi, in there. And I was always happy. Even it was like kind of, they were paying me, but not that enough. But I was happy to just go as a volunteerly too there, because that was my passion. I wanted to go there. Sometimes I see some people, they're lonely. I just go to them. I just go and reach out, and I always tell them, you want to go for a walk? I'll come with you. Come. If you don't want to go far, if you can't walk far, just let's do a little walk in front of the building. So that way they feel good. And maybe next day they are waiting for me again, that she will come and take us to there, right? So yes, if one senior do, other senior can't do anything. Like they sometimes, they need to little bit motivate. So just reach out to those seniors.